Say hello. Hi, Rosie. Good girl. We're gonna talk about birds. I have 4 birds currently. That number is subject to change. I think there are some cons to bird ownership that people do realize. For instance, everybody probably knows birds live a long time and they're a huge commitment. You probably know that birds are loud. At really inconvenient times. They can be extremely loud. They're very intelligent and they require a lot of attention. They love people. They love getting attention. They love being played with. They love watching themselves on camera. So they can be very demanding in that sense. They don't make great pets for apartment living because they are so loud. They're also very messy. Not only with all of their seeds and their food, but they have a lot of dust and feathers that come flying off everywhere. Everything gets covered. They're expensive. I would probably put them among my most expensive pets to take care of, not even necessarily because of their diet needs, because of their toy needs. Bird toys are very pricey, and this one in particular can demolish a toy in about 2 days. So I am constantly having to replenish my toy supply. If anyone knows of any cheaper alternatives or discount places to buy bird toys in bulk, please let me know. Those are some well-known cons. I want to talk about something that a lot of people don't realize, and that is the dangers to birds that you probably have in your home right now, unless you already own birds and already know about this. Birds have extremely sensitive respiratory systems. So I'm going to go around the house and give you a few examples of things that are extremely dangerous for birds. I did want to share a product with you. The manufacturers of this reached out to me, and it just so happens I had been shopping for one for a while, so I was very excited when they offered me a unit and asked if I would be willing to share it with all of you. It is the Levoit air purifier system. I have a smaller air purifier, not just for the birds, but all of the smaller mammals and the humans. Having good, clean, quality air is really important, and it's also really challenging when you have this many pets. There's obviously a lot of smells, and this unit not only purifies the air of toxins and allergens, it also has a carbon filter which helps with the smells. If you have allergies, if your pets have allergies, if you have small pets, if you have birds, if you have no pets, but you just want to breathe better, less polluted air, I would consider getting an air purifier. This one's pretty affordable, and it does a fantastic job. Very easy to use. Even a bird could do it. That's not true. Okay, so this is the unit that they sent me. Again, it's a Levoit air purifier. It's small, doesn't take up a lot of space, isn't a total eyesore. So it has this nice touch screen, very easy to figure out, thankfully, because technology and I struggle. So this is it on. It has 3 different speeds. I'm assuming you can hear it, but it's actually pretty quiet, considering you are right next to it. This is the loudest it gets. It has a sleep mode, which quiets down. And if you can tell, it's still working, still being totally efficient as an air purifier, but it's running silently now. So my birds don't wake up and scream in the middle of the night. You can turn the lights on the display off or on. It has an auto setting if you just want to push a button and forget about it, but it also has a timer. So I'll turn it up all the way. I have a lot of animals, so I probably need it all the way up, and then I can set the timer. So I want it to run for, let's say, 6 hours, but I can do it all the way up to 12 hours. It does a fantastic job, keeps the odors down so it's more pleasant for me, and keeps the air cleaner for all of my animals. This compartment on the back is for the air filters. There's 2 different kinds of filters, so it really covers everything you'll need. The filters only need to be changed about every 6 months, and they're very inexpensive and easy to replace. So I've been very happy with this unit. I may even end up purchasing another one for downstairs in that building. We'll see. I will leave all of the information for this down below. You can find it on Amazon. Let's just go ahead and start. Well, there's not much left, but let's go ahead and start with this. Coffee, caffeine, they can't have that. along those same lines. No chocolate, no avocado, no onion. Basically, it's pretty close to the same list of things that are dangerous for dogs. The exception being birds also cannot have any dairy, and they can have grapes. Sometimes people don't realize grapes and raisins are not good for dogs. So there's a long list of foods that are potentially poisonous for your bird. No alcohol either. Jazz greatly protests that one because he always tries to drink my margaritas. I do want to mention, I'm going to be showing you things that are dangerous for birds that you don't want to have in your house with birds, which seems contradictory because I have these items in my house. I don't use them. Some of them I'm hanging on to because when the birds are in the other house, their own house, I can use them again, and some of them I just haven't gotten rid of yet. So do as I say, not as I do. Get rid of these things if you have birds. First up, anything non-stick, anything with Teflon. So that's going to be not just pots and pans that are non-stick, but cookie sheets, baking sheets, waffle makers, the George Foreman type grills. Pretty much everything you're probably currently using in your kitchen, you're gonna need to get rid of. Basically just avoid anything that says non-stick. Your oven. Ovens have a self-cleaning function. You never want to use that when you have your birds. Scented candles. Now, have them in the house, but don't burn them. That's the rule. Don't burn scented candles. This candle actually doesn't seem scented, but still, never burned. Any kind of, basically any kind of smelly anything. I have diffusers all over the place for oils. Can't use any of those. They're all dangerous. Any kind of cleaning products that have scent in them, basically, don't use this. Air fresheners, Swiffer products, anything that has a scent to it is potentially harmful. So there are lots of alternatives, all natural cleaning things. I use a steam mop for the floors, things like that. Now, in my house, the birds are actually, they're upstairs and all the way on that end of the house, separated by several doors. So I'm a good distance away from them, but air circulates and it travels, and so better safe than sorry. Potentially the hardest one for girls to adjust to. Most of your hairstyling products. Flat irons, curling irons, actual irons for your clothes if you're into that kind of thing. I never iron my clothes because I'm lazy. Blow dryers, there are some like ceramic plated and things like that that are okay, but you need to double check, make sure, and still I do it several rooms away with the window open, with all the doors closed. This next thing might not be something you have to worry about if you don't have a bunch of pets, but some of the bulbs that emit heat are actually extremely dangerous for birds. So before I picked a brand of bulbs to buy, I actually contacted the company just to be sure that none of their bulbs contained anything harmful. So I would advise doing that as well before you use any of the heat bulbs. There's actually a story, a zoo that didn't realize that the bulbs that they were using were dangerous, and they lost a ton of their birds. So double check. Ah, we already did the introduction. You need to learn to say goodbye. No? You have no idea what I'm saying. That's fine. You have a feather in your nose. Okay, bye.